Guys, messing around in C minor. All right, man, I've been digging this guitar. I know a couple of you guys have, you said some things on there. Hey man, that's fine. You know what? I dig this guitar. I think it's pretty cool. I'm digging playing it. So if I am digging playing it, and you're digging playing your guitar, guess what? That means you got a good guitar. If you don't want to put the guitar down, that means there's something about it that that is inspiring you to play the guitar. So let's talk about that for 2 seconds before I get into these other topics. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Guitar Party. We've taken that to a new level. We're moving the needle, maximizing profit margins. in the first quarter, moving the needle, taking it to the next level. I need a PowerPoint demonstration back here. You guys, of course, I'm just joking. But we did have a great meeting with the whole crew the other night up here at Riverside Revival. And I got some more news to lay on you guys coming soon that I think you're going to be really thrilled about. Some awesome things that we are working on for next year, 2026. Anyway, let's talk about picking out a guitar. Man, I'm going to tell you right now the things that I look for when I'm picking up a guitar. First of all, of course, something visually has to, strike you if you're walking through Carter's or Gruen's or Music City Vintage or wherever you're at in the world. Sure, I'm going to gravitate towards, colors like this, vintage looking stuff that looks like it might have some character, stuff that looks pretty traditional. I'm kind of a traditional dude, roots music with a twist. But yeah, I want to pick the guitar up and I want to say, okay, well, how heavy is it? Okay, well, if it's really heavy, chances are I'm going to pass. If it's really too light, those guitars can be a little too wispy sounding. So just a nice weight. This is a nice weight. I bought this guitar off Facebook Marketplace here in Nashville. Met the guy in the parking lot of the coffee shop. And so not everything is a vintage guitar deep dive, right? So the other thing I look for is just a nice comfortable neck. Like this is like a C shape with a little soft V there, but you can barely tell. The size of this neck and the stats that everybody's looking for. Well, what is the frets and blah blah. Yeah, it matters, but it's not going to change anything that much. I mean, dude, if you give me a big giant baseball neck, I'm going to play exactly the same as I do with a real comfortable C neck, 60s style. It's just these things are so minute that most people can't even tell the difference. So that's why you can't get obstructed. Or sidetracked, obsessing over gear and that. It's like, I tell guys like this all the time. It's like me going buying really expensive golf clubs and all the accessories or all the cooking shit. I've got more cooking stuff downstairs than you can absolutely imagine. I've got woks and knives and all kinds of Japanese. It's like, I still can't cook anything worth a fuck, if we're being honest. I won't kill you with my salmon and my grilled chicken and some of my other things. I can make a nice salad and some cereal and some toast, but and maybe a couple things on the grill. But man, I'm not a cook. Jack Roosh is a great cook. Nick Goverick is a great cook. But old GT here is surviving in bachelorhood on whatever he's doing. But to get back to this, man, and then another thing that's really important: does the guitar play in tune? Let's get to the basics. Does it have good tires? Does the engine run good? Is it going to get you to point A to point B? Okay. Well, yeah, the fret size, if I can't bend on it, I'm kind of out. If the string tension's real stiff, I'm out. I want a nice buttery string tension, which means when I bend, I don't want to have to fight it. And so, yeah, I want the nut to feel good. Imagine that. I want this nut height down here, I want this to feel right. Let's rephrase that. I want the nut to feel right down here. So that means when you press down here, this first fret should touch that fret. This first fret, when you fret the low E string, it should touch that without feeling like you're having to press down up here. That means the nut's too high. That's a problem. I don't want to hear any sitaring. I want to hear a nice, clear, ringing note. I call that the point of contact, right? That's actually more of a dominant 7 sound there. Sorry, but you get the idea. I mean, I just, this guitar, not bad. Up. So yeah, you want a little nice point of contact. Now, down here on these high frets on a Telecaster, sometimes, you know, they get a little sizzly sometimes, and that's just okay. But anyway, there's a couple tips for picking out a guitar. I want the tuners to work properly, of course, you know, and not be binding in the nut and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, other than that, no purple guitars, no green guitars, nothing too crazy, you know. So anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit about that while I thought about it. Also, don't forget to follow Guitar Party Official on Instagram. Me and Tom Bukovac and Jed Hughes and Nick Govert and Jimmy Wallace, Tim Marks, Jordan Perlson, and Young Tom. We've got a slew of people. So we've got a little bit of outside help. I won't tell you who it is, but we got some outside help helping us get organized a little bit. We're going to try to do some more gigs. We're going to try to come to the West Coast. We're going to try to do some records. We're going to get some content together. And we're just going to have some fun. But we're going to see if we can move the needle a little bit and go out and play some music for you guys, maybe make a little bit of money. But mainly just have a good time with our friends. So check out that. I'll put the link right below in the description of the video where everything else goes. The tip jug, all my lessons, the website, the mailing list, the whole 9 yards. We're just going to keep doing this, folks, until we can't anymore. So, which might not be that much longer if I can't get my finger back into shape. But, you know, I'm still going to therapy. I'm doing some stuff. You know, I'm still only getting about that much, you know, unless I really work at it, I can get it to come down. But it's not slowing me down too bad, but I sure would like to be able to get that to close all the way. I'm working on it. I'm going to seek out, you know, help until I can figure it out. We got some top men working on it, folks. But anyway, let's go to talking about minor triads. That's what this video is supposed to be about, minor triads. There's C major, a little out of tune. There's C major, there's C minor. There's my major triad, there's my minor triad. Here's my major triad, here's my minor. Here's my major, there's minor. Totally different sound. That one note with major and minor, the one note from major to dominant 7, okay, that's fine. But from major to minor is a big deal. That's like going from tasting a strawberry to tasting a piece of garlic, or walking in a white room into a navy blue room or something. I mean, there's big differences there. And so that one note matters big time. But the great news is if I play a major riff, which is G-shaped C into the E-shaped C, break that down, there's the triad, there's the dyad, right hand position, I'm set up for success right there, because my hand is in the right position. So watch, major idea, minor idea, because I'm dropping the third. So if I can see that everywhere on the fingerboard and I know where it is with muscle memory, then I'm off to the races. I have options at that point. So here's the minor idea, same phrasing. If I go here, same notes, right? Major third, root. I'm a little out of tune. Maybe I will sell this guitar. Third and the root out of the E shape up into the D shape. Minor. There's C major. There's C minor. So one note changes everything. So let's get back to this. Let's get into the sounds of like C minor to just G7. Just that change right there, C minor to G7. There's so much in those two chord changes right there. That's a perfect example right there of a melody. So if I go C minor, granted I'm taking these big chords, don't forget there's only 3 notes. In all these major chords, there's only 3 notes that make up a proper triad. The root, 3rd, 5th. There's root, 3rd, 5th. Oh, sorry, 5th, 3rd, root in the A-shaped C chord. 5th, 3rd, 3rd, root. In the minor, 5th, minor, 3rd, root. Still just 3 notes. I'm just dropping it down. So again, if I'm playing out of this triad, my G, right? I'm still out of tune. That's a little better. So right here, so to get a little bit more melody out of that, reduce this, the only thing that's moving is, that doesn't mean much unless you do this, when you put the bass note underneath it. Well, somebody else is already playing the bass note, so all you have to do is go, guess what, that's G7. To work the rest of that out, but you get the idea. If I'm down here, a little scale note. So if I play through the whole arpeggio, just about hearing those chords. So if I go, that's a lot of notes, but you know, that right there is a great exercise, because that's C minor, G7, so you can hear this harmony. Right back to the root, right? So now the next 3 strings. Just try that exercise. And sometimes it takes me to get to minute. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to get to something good, but that's pretty good. So. It gets a little funny. You're just outlining these chords. That's another great exercise, by the way, right there. C minor to G7. if I'm here, now we're going to go C minor, F minor, G7, C minor. This shape is fun too. So right here, you can hear that, man. These lines, you've heard that a million times in like classical music and all kinds of stuff. This Latin kind of vibe, right? Let me share where that's coming from. C minor, F minor, C minor, G, G7, C minor. But if I go, that doesn't work because it's not staying connected. So the thing about this that I think that a lot of people are having a hard time with is the reason why you have options is so everything can stay really tight and close together. If I go, that doesn't stay connected. If I go, yeah, I'm starting down here and I'm ending down here. Well, that's just not going to cut it. I got to really keep this stuff connected. I'm keeping it connected. C minor, C dominant 7 to F minor, because it works, right? Because it's climbing up. So G minor, G7, proper triad. Connected. And so check this out. So here's the other thing that that I think is pretty valuable is of course here comes the train right on cue, right? I think this is kind of valuable. If I'm playing you know, I need to realize that the arpeggios, the pentatonic, the minor scale, that's the one I like to use. The minor with the 9 in it, not this. I don't like the way that sounds in the chord for the most part. Depends on what you're playing. If you're playing the 5 dominant 7, then it's fine. But I want you to realize that we're not ever departing from the fundamentals. The fundamentals aren't something that you learn one time and play it through and think you know it. You have to know them so well, because everybody that you hear that plays the guitar, we are relying heavily on the fundamentals. They aren't going anywhere. That's the concrete slab and the steel I-beam framework and the 2x4 framework of the structure. Without that, this whole thing falls apart. That's exactly how you have to look at this. And so we are never departing from, you know, that's what makes it sound cool. That is directly out of, I'm using the G7, a G, F sharp, G sharp diminished, maybe that's what that is, in the minor key. What's that like? That's a cool sound. Somebody's going to tell me that what mode that is. Let's see. Okay, there's a little Django something for you. Hey guys, thanks so much. I know I'm kind of just rambling on here, but maybe you can steal a couple little things. Don't forget, I know, you know, I didn't dive too heavily into the specifics of all this stuff, but I think the more you hear it and just realize that, man, it's all about breaking these big chords down into triads. It's something that you're going to use forever if you really want to get into making some of these sounds. You know, I get a little fired up about it because it's so much fun for me to try to figure this stuff out on my own. But man, to get some of those really expressive sounds, you gotta learn a little bit more than just the minor and major pentatonic. So don't forget these chords: major, minor, dominant, 7, major, 7. They're big things. That's the difference between white, black, blue, and green. I mean, they're really different. You can't just use major over this stuff or minor over this stuff. They're very specific sounds that make this stuff. I mean, when you don't hit the right notes, boy, it can get kind of gnarly. So hey, thanks friends. Check out the links below. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm not dangling any carrots or anything, but I'm trying to keep myself fired up too. I'm still working on my hands. I know everybody's been giving me a lot of advice. I mean, you only have so much time in the day to do all this stuff. So I appreciate it. Thanks for caring. Again, like I was going to say, I'm not dangling any carrots or anything, but there is some fun stuff coming up. I hope you bought the Uncle Larry course. Still can get the Brett Papa GT course. We've got a new one that we're working on. We've got all kinds of stuff working for next year, the guitar party stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's all good. We love you guys. You know who you are. We can't do it without you. And happy Wednesday, I think today is. And I know it's getting dark, so who knows what this video looks like. But anyway, thanks. If I knew how to run lights, I would do it. Okay, guys. GT telecasting to you from not so sunny East Nashville, Tennessee with the Telecaster. All right, baby. See y'all.